I saw Raskatov's previous opera, Dog's Heart, which I thought was fantastic. A really visceral, emotional, extreme piece of music and a brilliantly theatrical musical mind. That's what opera is at its best. And so I was very excited about the idea of GerMANIA, because I'm also a huge fan of Heiner Müller's work. I previously staged his piece Quartet. In a lot of his work, he's interested in history and how today we are informed by the past. And really, I think in this piece, in GerMANIA, he's interested in how the Europe we live in today is formed by the Europe of the 20th century. When Heiner Müller wrote GerMANIA, he wrote a rehearsal text. It wasn't a finished play, it was a map to take into the rehearsal room. But then he died, and so we don't really know what he intended with this play. And in a way, I want to apply that same philosophy to our rehearsal room. Of course, when you create a new opera, you have a score, but what you discover, it really happens in the rehearsal room. I think what's interesting about GerMANIA is that Müller writes a very specific history play. It's about World War II. It's about the Berlin Wall, East Germany, West Germany, and finally unification and the future of Europe. But when that very specific history play is set to music, it becomes much more universal. It becomes about the human condition and how at all times we stand on the shoulders of history. I'm very keen that our production responds to the universality of the music. So it's informed by history, but I think our challenge in staging it is to make a piece which feels like a modern myth. In the staging, we will create the world of a modern myth. This is a universal human drama about the consequences of war. For me, the interesting thing about the difference between Raskatov's opera and Heiner Müller's play is that Raskatov's opera is universal, where Heiner Müller's play is very historical, it's very specific. I think our job is to stage this as a big, emotional, mythic drama with the forces of an opera, the orchestra, the chorus, even flying. I can't wait to see Gagarin fly above the stage. I think this is an opera which is not to be missed because Raskatov's score will be extraordinary, as anybody who saw Dog's Heart knows, because it's a piece which really speaks directly to the human condition, to why we are now because of how we were then. And finally, because it's a piece which is both hugely emotional, it's a very extreme, quite disturbing emotional experience, and also very political. And the emotional and the political is what opera does best.